During this video segment, I will show you the Lesson Planner's rollover feature for teachers. If I go to Lessons Database, there should be a note in here if the rollover for your school year has already taken place. For most schools, that's going to take place on or around July 15 of each year. However, some schools may have specified a different date for that rollover to take place. So after the rollover has taken place, and there's also a video on curriculum administrators setting up the no school days. It'd be good if that takes place also before this third step here. So notice that there's a little message here in the lessons database. As part of the new school year rollover, the dates attached to your lessons have been cleared out. So remember, in the previous year, teachers maybe are teaching this lesson on September 26th, this lesson on September 27th, and so forth. So for the new school year, we actually clear those out. In fact, if I choose a class, like let's go to Algebra 1, notice here's all my lessons, and notice for the dates here, there are no dates attached to those lessons. So, cleared out so that you can attach new dates to those lessons for the upcoming school year. In Curriculum Track, we have a tool that will allow you to take all your lessons taught in the previous school year and push them into the new school year, keeping them in the same order as the previous year, and taking out any school vacation days. We actually call those no school days. After using this automation tool, you can easily move classes around using the move feature, and so we'll show you that as well. So to move those lessons or attach those lessons in this database to your new school year, you can go to Lessons, Class Section Setup. So you can either click on this link or you can go to Lessons, Class Section Setup. So notice that by Algebra 1 here, I have rollover dates from last year. I don't have any of those links by this to math class, and that's because I maybe didn't teach that the previous year and didn't have any dates attached to those lessons for last school year. So for this school year then, I'm going to go ahead and click on Rollover Dates, and it's saying that for this school year, I'm going to attach it to this section, class section, and it's saying which class section did you want to use from the previous year. And you shouldn't really have to change those unless you change the naming convention with your sections. So it says pick the start date when you want that very first lesson to be taught. So I'm going to come in here, and our classes resume at our school on September 2. So I'm going to say September 2, 2015. I'll click Continue. It shows when these lessons were taught last year, and notice it keeps them in the correct order. And then it fills in all the school days, so September 3, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6 are actually a Saturday and Sunday, so the logic's in there to avoid those. And then the 7th is a no school day. We have a vacation day already on that day, so it skips that as well. So I'll go ahead and click Submit, and now that rollover is complete. If I go to the weekly planner, and let's go ahead and move ahead to September. Notice here's the 3 lessons that I said to start our lessons on September 2. And notice that it has the same lesson 2 days in a row. That's because last year I taught this lesson 2 days. So it keeps that logic as well. And then if I click Next, notice that this is a no school day, so it didn't fill in that day, and so forth. And so I did that for one class section. You can go to the class section setup and roll over for the other days. Sure, let's quick do that. And so we'll say that it's going to start on this day again. I can review this, looks good. I could override any of these if I wanted to, but I'll just send them through. If you have changes, which you likely will, you can still go to the weekly planner. And so let's move ahead to September 7, that week. And let's say as an example that I want to move some of these lessons. Maybe on the 8th, I want to move them all back yet. So I'm going to say everything from September 8 until, I'll leave that blank, so it's going to be for the entire rest of the school year, if you will. I'd like to move all those lessons to the right or later one day. So I'll go ahead and move those lessons. Notice it moved those all over one day to the right. And you could move them back and so forth too. If I wanted to go to the previous week, and notice I'm teaching this lesson 2 days, maybe I change my mind and I don't want to teach this one this day. You can either use move features to move them, or the other thing you can do is you can use this paperclip to attach lessons to class sections. So notice that it has this lesson taught both these days. I can simply delete that one, and maybe I want to add in a new one. So let's say that I wanted to teach this one here instead. And so now if I click close, notice it swapped that out and I'm teaching this one day, and now I have this lesson in here instead. So this feature is designed to help teachers take all their lessons from the previous school year and attach them to the new academic calendar, avoiding Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays or whatever days your school maybe does not meet, as well as the no school days. It's very important that before teachers do this, that they are certain that those no school days have been defined and that the rollover has taken place. This now concludes this instructional video.